dear friends, my dear masters, my dear guards, welcome to the today's session, the Holistic Wellness Program, the 21 days. Once again, heartily welcome to all of you. Before starting the program, my sincere pranams to my beloved Guruji, Brahmarshi Patriji, and my great pranams to Mahavatar Babaji and all the pyramid masters and all the astral masters in the universe. Friends, today, this 1 hour program, the first 45 minutes will be almost now 5 minutes over. So 45 minutes will be our deep meditation with melodious music. After that, 15-20 minutes, we have the spiritual wisdom, sharing of spiritual wisdom for you. And before starting the meditation, so I'd like to say about the one memory point, activation of memory point through acupressure. So basically memory point, it's very, very important memory point because for the children, for the adults, see, for example, you are now listening this session, you're going through the entire session. You want to remember whatever you listen here, okay? Also, you study a book, any book, whatever, any first Swadhyaya, many books will be studied. So you need to remember whatever you studied, okay? And whatever you listen, whatever you read, so all this, so you have to listen, you have to remember properly, carefully you have to remember. That means your memory power has to be much better and better. And as well, the concentration. When the concentration is more, then you will have more memory power. Always remember this. Okay. So the memory power is proportional to the concentration. So I'll teach you today through acupressure. So there is a memory point. Two points are there. Two energy centers are there on the face. Okay. So I'll teach you how to activate them before starting this lesson, before starting this session, or before you attend any other workshop, or before your children go to the school, right? So they go to school and before they start listening to the teacher, that also they have to activate this and teach, sit in the class. Same time, whenever they are writing the examination, so that time also they activate this and sit in the examination and write so that they can produce proper, the proper efficiency, they can show it up. And not only that, so if at all they are studying in the house also, any homework and all they are doing, right? So just ask them to activate this and then start the studies. That will be much, much better. Very simple point. Okay. Just observe here. See, the one point is here, this point. Okay. This is the point exactly below the nose and on the top of the lip, upper lip. Okay. Here, this point has to be activated like this. So at least 30 times, 20 to 30 times, just press, release, press, release. That means pressing for 5 seconds, just press 5 seconds and then leave it. Press 5 seconds, leave it. Press 5 seconds, leave it, like that. Okay. So like this is one point. The other point is here, this Bhrumatya. Bhrumatya. So between the two eyebrows, this point is here. So okay. This point also you can press. Otherwise, you can rotate like this also, clockwise, anti-clockwise. Some pressure has to go here. That's all. So this is the point. So this is called these two are memory points. Okay. So please remember. So very, very useful. And you can use it in the daily life. Okay. Okay, friends. I'll send you the picture. The picture of these 2 points I'll send you in the WhatsApp. So please follow it up later. If at all any confusion, please follow that. Right? Yes. So let's start the meditation, friends. Anapanasati meditation. So every one of you already know how to practice the meditation. Simple. It's, just clasping the hands and keeping on thighs. Okay. And cross the legs. Whenever you sit on the chair or on the sofa, on the bed, you can cross the legs downwards like this. If at all you are sitting on the floor, have one mat under you, and then you should have the sukhasana. That means however you sit for eating food and all, no? Sukhasana, no padmasana. No need of padmasana. Okay. So that's the posture. And then finally remove the spectacles. You have to remove and keep it aside. The spectacles, no more spectacles required. Okay. The spectacles, you have to remove this. Okay. Right. Yes, good. So remove spectacles, sit straight. Sit straight as much as possible. And then around you, make it darker. Okay. There should not be much light. There should not be much light. Okay. That's the other one. The other thing is drink 1 glass of water. Before starting the session, please drink 1 glass of water. Right. So everyone, so we are sitting in the, as much as darkness is possible, that's better. Should not have much light. So that will disturb your meditation. You can't enter into the deep meditation state. Okay, right. Have one glass of water and keep one more glass of water also beside you that you can drink after the meditation. Right. Now, friends, so cross the fingers. That means play fingers into finger, clasping hands, and then cross the legs, sit straight, back erected, then close the eyes. Finally, every one of you, please close the eyes. Close the eyes, gently close the eyes, gently, softly close the eyes. After closing eyes, then start observing your breath, natural breath. Go on observe the natural breath, friends. Natural, simple, tender, generic, smooth, tranquil, peaceful breath. Go on observe. Be an observer of your own breath. Be an observer. Be a grand observer of your own breath. Be a witness to your own breath. Be a witness. You are a witness to your own breath, my dear friends. Be a witness. There is no force on the exhalation or inhalation. There is no more force. No force required. Okay. No exhalation, inhalation. There is no force required. There is no control. Simple, the natural flow of breath. Whatever is happening, please observe that. Keep observing it. Go on, observe the breath, and then go on, make an inner journey. Get inside, deep inside. Go inside of you. No more thoughts required. Any thoughts come from outside, cut off the thought. Cut off the thought right away and come back to the breath again. Do not travel with any thought. Do not analyze any thought. Do not interpret any thought. No interpretation. No interference. Just be with your natural breath. If you get any thought, cut the thought right away. And you also should not generate any thought, whatever important it may be, related to your family, business, job, and any other issues, whatever it may be. In the meditation state, during meditation, nothing is required. Keep everything outside. Nothing is required. During meditation, we are not worried about anything. We are forget everything. We are not connected to anything outside world, my dear friends. We are cutting off the entire outside world. Now we are entering into inner world, making a journey to the inner world. That's where the great consciousness resides. The consciousness, your own consciousness, soul consciousness. It resides within you. The God is within you. The Almighty is within you. Soul is within you. Your body is temple. The God is there inside the temple. Dehave Devalayam. Dehave Devalayam. Atmave Devudu. God is temple. Your body is temple. Your soul is God, which is residing within you. It is nowhere outside, friends. Nowhere outside. You can't search anything outside the outside world. Please remember this. Everything is inside. Only thing is we forgot. We do not remember. Most oftenly, we never remember that there is a huge, the soul, consciousness, the powerful Atma, soul within you. Be with your natural breath. Go on, observe the breath. No more thoughts, whatever it may be. Human being is a combination of physical body, mind, intellect, and soul. Soul consciousness. The soul consciousness is also called as conscience, Atma, Jivatma. You can rename or you can name it as Almighty, God, Jivatma. So many names. The soul consciousness, which is very much residing in you. You are the soul. You yourself. You are that soul. You are that. That is you. That is your true form. That is your true reality, my dear friends. We forgot that. We did not identify. Now, through meditation, we enter into the deeper consciousness. We enter into the deeper emptiness. That is where we try to relocate ourselves. We try to identify ourselves. Who am I? Who are you? Who am I? We'll be able to reconnect to our own soul consciousness, my dear friends. We lost the connectivity. We are living all the time in the body consciousness, otherwise mind consciousness. Mostly body or mind. We don't go beyond that. Sometimes we may go up to intellect. We never go beyond the intellect. Now, during meditation, we cross all the boundaries. Body, mind, intellect, everything we cross. We enter into the so-called soul consciousness. We touch upon the soul consciousness. We are that. That is our true form, my dear friends. I go on, observe the breath. When you go on, observe the breath, your thoughts will come down. All the thoughts will come down. Slowly, slowly, all thoughts will become zero. Number of thoughts in the mind becomes empty. The empty mind is the God. The empty mind leads us to the self-realization. Through the empty mind, we'll be able to reconnect to our own soul consciousness, friends. The mind is the barrier. Mind is the obstacle between the soul consciousness and the physical body. Physical body, I mean to say, physical body plus etheric body. Energy body, pranamaya kosha, annamaya kosha. These two are disconnected all the time from the soul consciousness because of the turbulent mind, disturbed mind. Now, in meditation, we are switching off the mind, we are vacating the mind, we are emptying the mind. Then we can reconnect to our own powerful source of energy, the infinite source of energy, that is soul consciousness. We come to the realization of the soul consciousness. That is what meditation. That's what the goal of meditation, the ultimate goal, eventual goal. Be with your breath, my dear friends. Be with your breath, natural breath. Go on up to the natural breath. If you get any thoughts, cut the thoughts right away. Bring back your observation to the breath so that thought becomes zero. Thought will vanish. That's how slowly, 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 all the thoughts we have to vacate. We have to create the deep emptiness, the complete emptiness within your mind. That is the first step. First step, we have to create the emptiness by observing the breath. The second step, when the emptiness is there, you can receive the cosmic energy, all soul energy or cosmic energy, both are same. You receive that soul energy or cosmic energy into your energy body. That's the second step in meditation. When you receive this highest amount of cosmic energy or soul energy, when your mind is empty, then the energy body gets cleansed. The energy body gets full of energy through which all the energy blocks will be cleared. That is called Nadi Suddhi. That is called Nadi Suddhi. When the Nadi Suddhi complete happens, then our third eye get activated. Third eye potential become kinetic. Our third eye gets activated. Our intuition gets activated. Astral travel will happen. All the inner voice starts. We can communicate to the higher beings. With the activation of third eye, we realize our true form. That's called self-realization. Who am I? I get the answer to the question of who am I after the activation of third eye. Please be with your breath. Go on, observe the breath. My dear friends, go on, observe the breath. Nothing is essential. Nothing is required now. In the meditation, you are with yourself. That's all what is required. Just spend the valuable time, precious time with yourself. You never spend time with yourself. You never spent. Always you are spending your time in the outside world with everybody except you. Now, in meditation, you are loving yourself. You are loving yourself. It's called self-love. Meditation is nothing but self-love. Otherwise, you are only connected to the outside world. You forgot about yourself. You completely forgot about yourself. You are merged into the outside world. You never cared about yourself. You never listened to your inner voice. You always ignored. You suppress the subconscious mind completely. Subconscious mind is dormant now. It is sleeping. Unless you activate the subconscious mind, you can never get self-realization. You can't see your past lives. You can't know the future life. You cannot understand your purpose of life, the current life. All that is possible only when you activate your own subconscious mind that is very much inside of you. Soul and subconscious mind, togetherly called soul consciousness. That is the inner core of every human being. Every one of us need to activate the subconscious mind, which is dormant by 3 to 5 years of age. Go on to the meditation. Go on, empty the mind. Get huge amount of soul energy, accessing the soul energy. That little by little, it activates your own subconscious mind. That is the ultimate goal. Be with your breath, my dear friends. Be with your breath.
Want to keep your K-pop poppin' even while your screen's off or you're using other apps? Get YouTube Music Premium.
Last 2 minutes, friends. Final 2 minutes of meditation. Be with your breath. Do not open the eyes. Last 2 minutes. Final 2 minutes. 30 seconds, final 30 seconds. Hello, friends. Last 10 seconds and 10 seconds. Last 5 seconds, final 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Slowly place your both hands on your eyes for 5 more seconds. Gently touch your eyes, both the hands, both the palms. 5 more seconds. Keep on the eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Slowly remove your hands. Slowly open your eyes. Slowly open your eyes. Gently, slowly come back to the body awareness. Yes, friends, please come back. So, my dear friends, my dear masters, my dear gods, we are doing the wonderful meditation, the deep melodious music. So after the meditation now, we will try to understand the wisdom, spiritual wisdom. But today the topic is Janthunam Narajanma Durlabham. Janthunam Narajanma Durlabham. Okay. This is the spiritual statement coined by or written by the great philosopher or Indian philosopher, great saint Adi Shankaracharya. In the Viveka Chudamani, the Granth, that means the scripture is called the scripture, what is written. What he has written, that is Viveka Chudamani, right? Viveka Chudamani, in that, so this particularly mentioned, he has mentioned and he has written such a wonderful statement. So we will be discussing little bit deep about this, right? We'll try to understand this. So Adi Shankaracharya, you know very well, he is a most intelligent man, is a most intelligent man at the earliest age itself. No, he started working on the spirituality right from the age of 5, 6. That means by the age of 10 itself, he left home. It means you can understand. So his previous lives is already, of course, he has done a lot of so-called lot of sadhana, and he has learned a lot of things, a lot of spirituality he has learned. So in this life, when he born as a Adi Shankaracharya, Shankara, so he also got realized at the earliest age itself. He got realized. See, anybody who practiced in the earlier lives, friends. So by the early age itself, in the next birth, what happened? In the earliest age itself, they try to start their spiritual journey. They won't wait for anybody. They won't wait for parents. They won't wait for society. They won't wait for anybody else command. They will not listen also. They will not listen to anybody's command. Okay. The reason is already their destiny is fixed. Their destiny is fixed and they already done enough practice in the previous lives. Now, as per so the similar manner, Adi Shankara, Adi Shankaracharya, in this life, at the lowest age, earliest age, he started his spiritual practices. So he is equal to the, you can say in the, in a general terms, I'm telling, is equal to 1,000 number of Einsteins. Can you believe this? 1,000 number of Einsteins. That is his mind. That is the powerful mind. Okay. So he's got all his, all these great yogis, especially, they wrote the scriptures means it's not easy. So all the whole wisdom they have written, the great scriptures. See, for example, Veda Vyasa has written what? See the Mahabharata. Mahabharata. So the Bhagavad Gita is of course the dialogue conversation between Arjuna and Krishna, isn't it? So likewise, Veda Vyasa has written Mahabharata. Then comes to the Valmiki, has written the Ramayana, right? Ramayana. That there is also Vasishtha Gita. Vasishtha Gita, the dialogue between the Vasishtha Maharshi and Ramachandra, right? Likewise, if you look at these scriptures, friends, they are the great monuments. You can say, we, of course, as a Indians, we should realize this. Even now, what happened because of the technology, the fast technology, and the so-called the technical world we are living in currently. So we are keeping our scriptures aside, okay, and we are just trying to learn everything like a English education, medical education, which is given by the English, so-called the Europeans, and when they invaded our country, they are given this. Then we are just following it blindly. We are following it. In fact, we could have done more and more research on about our scriptures, because on this earth, the Mother Earth, the Bharat Mata, has given the birth to the great intelligent mans, so-called. If you go through our history, I will try to forward one particular, the you can say message or something. You go through that. How many yogis are there? How many? All the yogis are scientists, my dear friends. Don't think that they are just a blindfolded, or otherwise you can say like they are religious people. No, no religion. They are purely spiritual scientists, and they are more than the any scientist whom you find currently on this earth planet. Any scientist you take, they are better than and thousand times better than them. The reason is they invented how many? So many they invented. But only thing is the unfortunate. We have been invaded by Mughals, all the Muslim, the Muslim kings are over, and Europeans, the Dutch people. Everybody came and invaded, and they spoiled everything. They are just they spoiled completely, and we have no something called antiquity. Antiquity is lost. So that's why we are suffering today. We are just going with other countries, whatever they do we copy them, right? And we also think that we are also getting technology, we are also growing. What is that? We are looking at money. We are looking at money, how much GDP is going on, how much taxes we are collecting. That's what government is bothered. So they never bothered about restoring our antiquity, restoring our ancient technologies, and all whatever our rishis, those days gurukulams were there. So in gurukulams, what happened? The every gurukulam is run by one yogi, one master, or one scientist, spiritual scientist, right? So that's how what happened. The all children used to go there and be there. They live there from 5 years to up to 20 years age. This 15 years was the complete molding period. So they mold them in all the ways, all the ways. In fact, see, in our own ancient India, we found the Aryabhatta, he found zero, the value, the zero. The zero also found by us. And how many like that? There are many inventions. Pushpak Viman was there. Pushpak Viman was very much there in our country, right? In our ancient India, Bharat. Likewise, friends. See, that is why, however, like I was trying to tell you about Adi Shankaracharya. Yes, Adi Shankaracharya written Vivek Chodamani. In the Vivek Chodamani, he has written this statement called so Janthunam Narajanma Durlabham. Janthunam Narajanma Durlabham. What is Janthunam? The meaning of Janthunam means out of all living beings. Narajanmam, that means human birth, is the Durlabham, is the rarest. Is the rarest. So you can understand now what is the importance of this statement, friends. So out of all the living beings, that means, so just you can take a nature kingdom, basically animal kingdom or a plant kingdom, mineral kingdom, and the sea, the living beings who are living under the sea, right, in the water. So out of all this, all the creatures, out of 84 lakh creatures are there, 84 lakh species are there on this earth planet, right? Out of them, so which is the rarest gift or rarest birth is that is human birth. That's the rarest birth, my dear friends. Why do we call that as the rarest birth? So let's understand a little deeper on that. Okay, a little deeper on this subject. So, friends, what happens is in the animals, you see, the animals, most of the animals, they live by their own instincts. God has given, there are some instincts are provided with them. What are those instincts? Generally, they know how to eat the food, how to get the food, right? How to earn the food, how to eat food. And also, they know how to, they just know. So there are other instincts like sleeping. They sleep and they have some sexual, the sex urge also will be there. So after this, there will be fear, the fear also. That means sex, fear, and food and sleep. These four are the basic requirements and basic instincts of every animal. Not more than this, right? They can't think like you, right? They can't think like you. They can't they can't create any new things, isn't it? So any animal can create any new things. They can't do that. Only thing some of the animals we make them practice basically like a pet dogs and pet some pet birds, right? So what do? We are the human being go on teach them do like this, right? Some kind of training we provide. When we provide a rigorous training, they may start doing. They just maybe imitating. They're trying to imitate. Not that they have some intelligence inside, right? So that is why. So the rarest birth on this in this universe, in this entire cosmos, the rarest birth. So the rarest birth is our human birth, friends. Right? Janthunam Narajanma Durlabham. Okay. So with this, what we need to understand, friends, out of the all human beings, out of the all living beings. So if you, in fact, you see, so in the initial classes also I explained. So generally the creation happens in two ways, Prakriti and Purusha. In the Purusha, human being comes. In the Prakriti, all the nature kingdom comes. That you know already. So that means, and also of course, in the Prakriti kingdom or nature kingdom, everything is limited. So their privilege is limited, freedom is limited, their intelligence is limited, instinct is the intuition that whatever that so-called intellect is limited. They won't apply any kind of intelligence or intellect in order to create something else. They just know how to eat, how to sleep, and so what are the sex they involve, and then they reproduce, right? And they also have some fear that some other animal will come and take its food, or if somebody, so other animal is, for example, you see in the animals also, you see, just observe, okay? What happens is, so these four are actually the natural instincts or dharmas, you can say. The natural dharma provided by nature to the animal kingdom, or you can say bird kingdom also, right? In the sea, the underwater, the creatures also, whatever. But there also what happens, friends? So the dharma, whatever these four dharmas are followed. But in fact, if you see there, for example, a strong animal will not allow the weaker animal to eat. Okay, what it does, it go on take the food by snatching from the weaker animal, isn't it? So that's how it happens. That means there you cannot say it's like a dharma is exactly followed. No, so it's not possible also, because they don't have that kind of so-called the intellect or intelligence like how human will think. Okay, so there what happens is, most of the times survival of the fittest will survive. Okay, survival of fittest will survive in the human kingdom. Sorry, in the animal kingdom. The reason is that's how they are prepared. They are being given the birth by the supreme intelligence. Okay, so then that's how it will go on, and then there is no possibility for any animal to get closer to the god, or you can say to get the realization of her own self, basically. For example, you see any animals, okay, all the lower animals like cat, dog, and all other things are there, all other things like small animals, okay. All these animals, what will happen, so their consciousness is very lower, that means very much lower, you can say. But there are animals, they have little higher consciousness, like closer to the human being. What are those actually? So we make them as the pet animals or whatever, right? So generally you see one cow you take, elephant you take, horse you take, okay? So these animals, especially snakes also understand sometimes our language, everything. But so these animals, what happen? They have little higher consciousness, okay? So always they try to understand the human being. They try to communicate with a symbolic language, but definitely they have little higher consciousness. In the animals also, this difference is very much existing. So these animals, what happen? That means they are growing. They are grown up in the consciousness, you can say, or they are grown up with respect to intellectuality. The intellectuality or intellect is more than the other animals, right? So likewise, if you compare, so that is why what happens if you so at the outset, if you see, any animal, in order to get self-realization, it means in order to understand itself. So what exactly it is, what exactly it is, so what exactly it is, and what it's what it is what is it, true form or real form, you can say. So its own true form or real form, it can never realize. The reason is it doesn't have any thinking mind. First of all, it cannot think and it cannot understand. It cannot analyze anything, right? So it has to follow the basic instincts. That is why out of all the living beings, what happens? So those living beings doesn't have a possibility of so-called self-realization, or you can say moksha, liberation, right? Moksha, liberation, or mukti, whatever you call it as, right? So that is not possible in the so-called animal beings or bird kingdom or whatever, the entire nature kingdom. The nature kingdom, in the nature kingdom, basically these four instincts they have to follow and then live and then they have to depart. That means they die and then go away. So that's how. And also they are provided with the group soul. So which I discussed in the earlier classes. All the living, all the animal kingdom, the entire so-called nature kingdom is provided with a group soul. There are no individual souls. For example, one elephant, one soul, the other elephant, one soul, not like that. One soul having a multiple number of elephants. That means you can say 1 million elephants comes under one soul. So whatever the progress, whatever the evolution keep happening in any of the elephants which they learn or whatever, so that group soul start growing. The group soul start growing, and we never. So and also one more thing, you never think that an animal can be promoted as human being. That's not possible. So don't think like that. If anybody taught you like that, that's a wrong concept. Okay. So no animal will be promoted to the human being. First of all, as I told you, as I mentioned clearly, so in the beginning, in the previous class also, the animal creation comes directly under the Prakriti, right? And human being creation is directly under the Purusha. Okay. So whatever all the animals, all the trees and all the so-called the birds, everything, they just born, they live here and then they depart and they go and merge with the group soul. So that is having different world altogether. In we have a 7 lokas, I told, no. So we have Boloka, Borloka, Suvarloka, Janaloka, so Mahaloka, Tapoloka, Satyaloka. These are actually for all the human beings. There are other lokas also available. So those are meant for all the so-called the nature kingdom, like all the birds, plants, these creatures. What are the creatures? So once they depart from here, once they die here, the consciousness of group soul, it will travel to the other worlds, which are there are some dedicated worlds for this nature kingdom. That's a different subject. So friends, what happens here is, now if we come to the human being, right? Human being, this is the rarest gift, I can say, the rarest and precious life on this earth planet. Okay. So why? Because we have such something called intelligence. We also have intelligence and intellect, wherein we try to act out of this, then I can learn anything. See, I have a possibilities of creating so many things on this earth planet, isn't it? So I can go on create paintings, music, I can create the dance, I can create so different things, variety of things I can create on this earth planet. I've been given, that is the gift is given to my to the human being by the supreme intelligence. But what happens here after coming over here? If you go through the life, most of the people, 80% people are behind the money. Okay, are behind the money day to day life. Of course, is required. How much required? It is required to the extent of fulfilling your basic needs, isn't it? And beyond which you want to go on like a suck the money and store in the bank, or otherwise go on increase your funds and whatever. So that is not going to be much important, friends. The reason is we are the rarest animal on this earth planet. We only have a chance to realize the God. We only have intelligence in order to understand the God, first of all. See, when we are able to create, when we are able to create something, then you understand that okay, you have created something. That means you are also created by somebody else, isn't it? So when we can understand that I can create a computer, or I can create a beautiful paint, or I can create a beautiful song, or I can create a beautiful music, it means I created something new out of my own intelligence. Then you can imagine, which we're all created by something called supreme intelligence. It is very much existing. right? Isn't it? So every religion talks about the existence of the God. No doubt about that, right? So we have no doubts, and every religion stress upon that. There is a existence of God. Only thing is everybody teach in different manner. The Bible will teach in different way, and the Quran will teach in different way. Bhagavad Gita will teach in different way. But only the way may be different, but ultimately there is existence of God in the universe. So we need to understand that. So in order to realize that, only the human being has got a capacity or intent potential or latent potential. So with only human being can realize this. Nobody else in this universe, friends. So in that case, how preciously you have to use this word? Let's ask for ourselves. Let's question for ourselves. How preciously you have to use this birth, right? The rarest birth, the rarest gift of the universe, or the cosmos, or the supreme intelligence. So that is why, friends, never waste your time, never fight for money, never, like having a lot of attractions for many other things, and especially getting into the bad habits like alcohol, cigarette, all these things. That's a lowest form of life, I can say. So forget about that. At least even the other than that, I'm telling, even the education also. Education, what is the education you have to learn? Of course, any other education, whatever you learn, the outside world for doing some profession or a job or whatever to for a livelihood, of course, you can do that. Along with that, this is a real education. The spirituality, spiritual wisdom, this is a real education. We can say, go on, learn this throughout your lifetime. You should never forget this. Okay. So this is the only education. In fact, I can say this is the highest form of education, spiritual science, or you can say Adhyatmika Shastra or Atma Jnana Shastra. Go on, learn this. Go on, learn all the wonderful books written by great masters. Right? Go on, learn from them, and listen to the great sessions like this wherever happening. Go and sit and take more and more knowledge, more and more wisdom. Go on, take it and do your own sadhana, more and more meditation. Go on, do it. Okay. So then what happens? Then only you will understand the value of the value of the reality of your birth, especially. So the value of the birth will be known to you only when you travel in that path. Otherwise, what happened? So in the mundane life means like I born here, I grown up, and then I became one, engineer or a doctor, whatever. I go and do, the operations, go to the hospital and do the operation, then come back again, right? I eat and sleep, and then again morning I go and do all that. Of course, this is how a person is going through the entire life, my dear friends. Now you can imagine where is the time to realize that he is created by so-called creator. He came from the creator. One fine day again you have to leave here and go back to the creator, isn't it? So how do you understand this? So how do you realize this? So that is the opportunity given to human being. At least we have to do that. Animals are not given that opportunity. Animals are supposed to follow the instincts. Die here, go back. They die, go back. They never given the opportunity to realize the God, right? Realize their creator. But we are given the opportunity to realize our God, to realize our creator. That much opportunity, the ample opportunity is given to every human being, isn't it? The every individual soul which taken the birth on this earth planet. But we never utilize the chance. We never utilize the opportunity. What we do, we always ignore that. Ignore because of what? Our own ignorance. Our own ignorance about ourselves. Who am I? Who are you? So who we are all, So where do we come from? Where do we go back? All this, all this so-called wisdom we don't have. We never we never worried about it. We never spent any time in order to secure this kind of wisdom, my dear friends. So that is why. So here, especially in these sessions, right, every day, one concept, one spiritual wisdom we teach you. So that means you try to gain all that. Okay. So otherwise, this life will be again a waste, my dear friends. What will happen? So if you don't learn this, then what will happen? Your awareness will be limited. If you don't learn the meditation, if you don't learn the spiritual wisdom, your amount of awareness will be limited. Then what you will do? Out of limited awareness or less awareness, you do lot of negative karmas. You commit lot of negative karmas. Once you start doing negative karmas, friends, it's an endless cycle. You get into something called chakra cycle. So once you enter into that cycle, then you'll be roaming it there only. You'll be roaming continuously, you'll be roaming in that cycle. You never come out of the cycle. You have no chance of coming out of the cycle itself. So that is the kind of a difficulty once you get into the cycle, friends. So it's very, very difficult, and especially the karma cycle, the karma chakra. We can say karma chakra. What is the karma chakra? Cycle of birth and death. Basically, cycle of birth and death. That means we born here, we live here, and then death. Again, we born here, and we born here, again we go back. So in this cycle of birth and death, if you continuously evolve, if you continuously traveling, then when do you come out of this cycle of birth and death? That is karma chakra. That is not possible if you pursue the pure materialistic path. You must pursue 50% of your materialistic life, 50% of your spiritual life. You must go through this kind of lifestyle. In every day-to-day life, I'm telling you, you must go through 50% of materialistic life. 50% of your time must be allocated to, without fail, you must be allocated to spirituality. That means spiritual wisdom, securing spiritual wisdom, practicing our own meditation. So these two things we must be continuously doing, my dear friends. If you do this, what happens is definitely you have a chance to come out of this so-called cycle of birth and death. When you come out of the cycle of birth and death, so how do you come out of it? When you know yourself, when you realize yourself, when you also realize the God. Whenever you realize yourself, that is as good as equal to the self-realization is equal to the realization to God also. Because God is nothing but you. God is nothing but you. You realized yourself means you also realize the God, nothing else. Right? So, like this, friends, what happened? So once you get the self-realization or so-called liberation, that itself lead to the liberation. Liberation of what? Liberation from all the dukkhas, liberation from all the birth and deaths. Okay. Then you become an eternal being. Then you become eternal being, and then you don't need to come back to the same Earth planet or any other planet just for taking the physical birth. You don't need to come back again. You just need to evolve. You can go on evolve in the upper worlds. You don't need to come back just for doing mundane things, right? If you come here, what happened? Again, same problems, right? Same problems with respect to physical body. You have to grow and you have to face a lot of difficulties from other people or other negative souls. That means lower souls will be there, upper souls will be there. So you'll be facing a lot of difficulties, isn't it? So that is why. So once you go out of this karma chakra, the cycle of death and birth, then you become a eternal being. You definitely you become a enlightened soul. So then you don't need to come back to the earth planet. So then you'll be going on evolving in the higher worlds, my dear friends, high frequency worlds. That's how this works. So that is why make utilization of this so-called the rarest human birth in a more efficient manner by practicing the spirituality, by practicing spiritual wisdom and everyday meditation without fail, my dear friends. So thank you so much. Dhanyavad to all of you. Any questions, friends? Please ask. Another 3 minutes.
Good evening, sir.
Yes.
Sir, but
I have that a lot of activities of the lot of activities of the different like 7 chakras. So like we are like mainly trying to activate only one chakra, Agya chakra, something, right? So my understanding. So is it necessary to activate all the chakra and do we practice here for the all 7 chakra?
No. So we are not going to practice any particular meditation for each and every chakra. We have nothing like that. Anapanasati meditation, it is just enough in order to go on practice the Anapanasati meditation. The activation of chakras is automatic by default. Okay, every chakra, see, every chakra is nothing but actually in fact the outside people go and the different masters go and teach in different way. Okay, so the chakras means what they say is there is a particular chakra, of course, the Muladhara chakra, Swadhisthana, Manipuraka, like that they go. If you come up, no, so Anahata, all this they teach you. But I say that they are actually energy centers. They are the energy centers forever. They are the energy centers which prevail in the energy body. So they are exactly replica into the physical body also. In the physical body also, we have nerve endings. For every organ, we have a lot of nerves. They come and join at one point. That's called that's also called nerve ending point, which is also called basically nerve energy center in the form of the spiritual terms if you use It's called energy center. We also sometimes call it as a chakra. Okay. Basically, it goes like that. Okay. Otherwise, it's not that there is something, some miracle or some magic things going to happen. No, nothing like that. Of course, we are a powerful being on this earth planet, because the God has given such a kind of creation. The creation is the human creation itself is powerful creation. It is so powerful. It means you can create a parallel world. Okay, you can create the parallel world. The God has given this creation. How many buildings we have constructed here? How tall they are, and how many different types of things we have done on this earth planet after coming over here. Who has taught us? Nobody taught us. I mean, God has just given the birth to you, and He has sent you here with the intelligence, right? With the conscious mind, subconscious mind, and the soul, and then with which we go on created ourselves, isn't it? So we are a co-creator basically. We have such a the power, latent power within us. The latent intelligence is there within us. Only thing is, we have to realize, when we realize that if you go in a mundane life, like a doctor or engineer, you go on work, in the same system, if you go on work, you never thought of, you are something so powerful, and you are very near to the God. You can realize the God in a very short time if you really practice the spirituality. All this, so-called such a kind of a information or the knowledge, then it is never known to the mundane people, because they never came to this path at all. They never explored it, basically, isn't it? Okay. Yes.
Sir, my name is Venugopal Balla.
Yeah.
I'm from Mumbai, Telugu
Yeah.
Padmashali. My basic from Solapur. My question is, you are absolutely, perfectly right that what you said is our birth is for the connecting with the universe and activating the energy chakras and through the meditation, continuous practice. But how to make the focus more closely? Because initially you started this session saying that focus on your uh, inhaling and exhaling, the shwasa. Uh, and by any chance you are Telugu?
Yeah.
Ranganath sir. Avunu
From
sir.
Andhra.
Where
Andhra.
are you based, sir, if you don't mind?
Right now from Bangalore, from Andhra, it is Kurnool district.
Okay. I'm not from Andhra, but Telangana, we don't have our houses.
Okay.
ఫ్లడ్ లో
Right.
పోయినాయి. అయితే నేను బాంబేలో మీరు ఎప్పుడన్నా రాగలుగుతారా? అంటే మీరు రావాలని బాగా కోరిక ఉంది. ఈడ కూడా సెషన్ చేద్దాము. అది
Okay.
కూడా అంటే మన
Okay.
తెలుగు బాంధవులు బాగా కనెక్టెడ్ ఉన్నారు ఇక్కడ.
తప్పకుండా.
అదొకటి. మరి నాదంటే ఇప్పుడు పరిస్థితి ఉంది, ఇట్లా మటీరియలిస్టిక్ వరల్డ్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ సాల్వ్ అవుతాయని అంటారు. బట్ ఐ రియలీ డోంట్ నో. I lost the concentration when that YouTube ad came in between.
Okay.
Yeah.
In between, what
then
happened?
yeah.
We will not get an opportunity to download the direct music, not available, because they're very costly. Very costly, because we teach for no cost, and we can't afford
Yeah.
that. Yes.
అవును. That is true, sir.
Yes.
మరి బొంబాయికి సార్ మీరు అపాయింట్మెంట్ తప్పకుండా రావాలి.
Yes.
వ్యవస్థ చేస్తాము.
తప్పకుండా.
మళ్ళా ఇది మీతోటి వైయక్తికంగా మళ్ళీ మాట్లాడదు. అంటే ఇది మెడిటేషన్ ఎలా చేసుడు పూర్తిగా నాకు తెలియలే. అంటే నేను ఇంజనీర్ ఉన్నా కానీ, అంటే ఇది ఎడ్యుకేటెడ్ అడని దాకా పరిస్థితి ఉంది ఈ స్పిరిచువల్ వరల్డ్. లాట్ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్ ఆర్ టెలింగ్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ పాత్స్ యాజ్ యూ సెడ్. అంటే ఐఎమ్ లైక్ మిస్గైడెడ్. దేర్ ఆర్ సమ్ పీపుల్ హూ ఆర్ సేయింగ్ వశీకరణం అది ఇది అన్ని. అంటే వాట్ ఆర్ ద డిఫరెంట్ కైండ్స్ ఆఫ్ యాక్టివిటీస్?
See, basically our concept is, in our society, Mahavatar Foundation and PSSM, our mother organization, what we try to teach is, we try to teach the simplest way of meditation. We don't complicate it. The complicating is, complicating is nothing but moving you away from this spiritual path, basically. Slowly, every day you can't practice that complex practices. So slowly, what happens? You lose the interest of doing it. So That's how you come away of so many times so far, thousands of years, what happened is the so-called the spiritual wisdom is kept kept hidden and kept for only certain group of people. Okay, they only can practice. And ultimately, what happened when we try to understand, so we can't really understand in a simpler manner. It's so complex.
Yeah.
They give it as a complex manner. Then we think that okay, it's not for us. Leave it. So
Yeah.
now, in recent times, our Guruji, Brahmarshi Patriji, has taught us this, the wisdom, the meditation, and the spiritual wisdom. Everything is taught us in a very plain manner, simplest manner. So that same thing I am trying to teach to the entire world.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
ధన్యవాదాలు సార్.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, namaskar ji.
Yes,
Sir,
namaskar.
thank you so much for a wonderful मेडिटेशन। सर, मैं आपसे पूछना चाहती हूँ कि कैसे पता चलेगा कि हमारी थर्ड आई एक्टिवेट हो चुकी है?
Okay. Right. So once your third eye is activated, see, basically what happened is third eye activation, if it happens, number one, your inner qualities will change, first of all, right? Your inner qualities like a patience, if you talk about the patience or perseverance or something like, listening attitude, everything will change. The whole inner transformation will happen, first of all. Okay. Never think that third eye means third eye happens means like I try to see other people life or I try to see something like imaginary. Many people have got some imagination within their mind. Okay, so first of all, what I say is the third eye activation. The part of third eye activation, the initial phase is your complete inner will be purified. That is kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, macharya. The 6 arised vargas. Okay, 6 arised vargas. Kama means desires. Krodha means anger. Okay, lobha means greediness, right? Attachment, the desire, and jealousy. So these things, all these things, first of all, they must be in a well controlled manner, in a well balanced manner. That's how you can be called as a master. Without that, I have got a power, I can apply it, I can do something on you. No, you are not called as a master.
Okay, sir.
Okay, that is number one. Number two, of course, number two, whenever your third is activated, you will be knowing about your past lives. You'll also be knowing about what is going to be future. Like some kind of inner message will start. The inner messages will be keep coming. See, for example, what to talk and what to tell other people. All this should come from inside, not from reading so many books. And you can read many books. How do you tell other people? You can't go on see the book and tell you, right?
Okay, sir.
That's not possible. So if your third eye activation to the extent what it happens, so that will activate your inner potential. Inner potential. You go and activate inner potential so that you will work out of that. You will work out of that inner potential, not depend upon outside world and all outside external things. You will depend on your own, the inner potential, basically. That inner potential will be very much available. Like the way you speak, the way you communicate with other people, the way you treat other people. Okay. So the way you treat other people, the way you treat other animals, basically. Right. So that dharma, so-called there is a dharma. So all this will be very much possible only when your third eye is activated. You will know yourself because you are transformed being. You're already transformed when your third eye is activated. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay,
And
thank you.
all other outer world experiences, the miraculous experiences, that's of course that's also part of this, but that's a different thing. Okay, we'll discuss that in some other class. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thanks for everybody for joining the session. So I had to join for other session. Kannada session is waiting. Sorry for no, I can't give much time. Thank you so much. Dhanyavad, all of you.